Good afternoon to all U23's coverage of this Professional Development League game at Thorp Arch. Leeds United hosting Sheffield United. It's 5th place Leeds versus 10th place Sheffield United. Leeds have got back to their groove in recent weeks, won their last 2 matches. Barnsley and Wigan both 2-0 victories, 2 great clean sheets as well. Eddie Nketiah is on the bench for Leeds today. We'll run you through the teams in a second. Sheffield United, 1 win in 7, lost last time out to rivals Sheffield Wednesday only on Tuesday, so of course tiredness could be an issue. So Leeds go with Meslier, Hosanna, Casey, Struick, Douglas, McCalmont, Shackleton, Gotts, Bogus, Clark and Edmondson. And then for the Blades, as we just get underway, it is a decent team as well. It's Verrips, Kelly, Hall, Belahoan and Mallon. A midfield of York, Gordon, Broadbent, Andel, Gibbons, Gaxa and Young. The bench for Leeds today is Majacek, McCarran, Berardi, Alioski and Nketiah. The Blades go with Brunt, Amissa and Dai, Neil and Omprian. So a lovely sunny day, not the warmest for a game of football. Leeds getting the ball down early doors. Myself, Tom Hill and Ben Parker watched the last game together, which was a resilient performance. 2 great goals as well. And good record against Sheffield United. They've not beaten us since 2017, unbeaten in 3, Ben. And it promises to be another good test and, of course, a chance to get a bit of ground, another game in hand for us.
Yes, good afternoon, Tom. Good afternoon, everyone else. And you're right, it's a great opportunity just to build on the 2 victories we've had back-to-back. The performance against Wigan on Monday night was a real solid one, and you mentioned about the 2 goals, really well taken. And Alpha McCalmont, great assist, has just tried to get in behind there.
Yeah, Gott's the man that's trying to get in behind. Yeah, McCalmont, if you did miss it, check out the social media clips of that one, or of course our highlights on LUTV. A lovely ball cut through the middle of the defence, and Leeds nearly giving a free kick away inside the first couple of minutes. Referee gives the advantage, and Bryce Hosanna back in that familiar right centre-back, right wing-back role. It's out on the touchline, a chance for Leeds to dribble through, and into the box they come. Edmondson moves to have the shot, and it's blocked. Hosanna's going to turn. It's to Casey. Here is Barry Douglas, wants someone to come a little short. Edmondson looked to be offside and was, and the flag does go up. So, chance for Sheffield United to regroup. I keep mentioning this, we'll have to do so until Leeds have finally caught up with their fixtures. But of course, we were supposed to play Nottingham Forest, both Leeds and Forest, only on 11 matches played. 6 points currently separating them. But Crewe are the team that sit above Leeds in the table, 1 point further ahead. And Leeds have 3 games ahead of them in hand. They have 1 on hand below Barnsley, below them, so it can start to really bridge the gap. And in a month's time, when Ben's getting ready for Christmas to buy me a present, we could well be looking at Leeds 2nd or 3rd, Ben.
Yeah, we could. And we mentioned prior to the Wigan game on Monday evening how important it is to string victories together, go on a run. And you mentioned there a couple of games in hand. Who knows, keep accumulating these victories. It soon takes you up the table, and like I say, it's another great opportunity today. And you mentioned likes of Eddie Nketiah on the bench. Great to see him back involved after obviously the injury he has had. And Barry Douglas starting from the off, getting some minutes under his belt, which will do him a world of good. And like I say, it's all about competition for players coming into the Christmas period.
Yeah, Leeds hoping to, of course, get everyone back fit, which is nearly the case as McCalmont goes back to Hosanna. Great to see Eddie Nketiah again, as we mentioned, nearly ready to return to action. I'm sure he'll get an appearance today of some form, get some minutes under his belt, and then ready to try and push into those Christmas fixtures. There's been a steady start so far. Leeds now with Douglas. A couple of touches to get away from a Sheffield United player, then just gets caught as he tries to pass it. It is Kelly that's tackled him. Ball through. Offside trap has been sprung. Shot comes in. Meslier saves. It was a real scuffed effort. Perhaps gave him half a chance. And the Leeds just falling asleep at the back. Not sure if the flag should have come up. But, yeah, warning sign. Leeds need to switch on and regroup as they've come down the byline of Sheffield United. And Ilan Meslier, as we always see, so comfortable under the high ball. And we'll restart, but a bit of heart and mouth moment there for the defence.
Yeah, just a little early warning sign. just got to move the ball a little bit quick around the back line because Sheffield United are trying to press from the front. And obviously their coach is former Leeds United player Andy Hughes, so he'll know all about us, how we play, especially trying to play out from the back. So you just got to be careful, don't get caught on the ball because, as you can see, they can release it and try and get an effort away.
Yeah, Douglas inside, and Casey is going to bring it away. Across to Bryce Hosanna. Clark, Shackleton tries to return the pass. Clark had been fouled. And Leeds will get a good free kick position to try and test this defence. Of course, Barry Douglas will make his way across. Robbie Gotts, as always, will drop back and defend near halfway, and Leeds can get some bodies forward. Douglas, you'd have to think, would be the favourite to take this. Says Bogus might offer a helping hand. Finally ready for the set piece. Douglas goes near post, doesn't get all of it, and Edmondson just can't get there. It is back to Bogus once more. Here is Hosanna. Gotts. Douglas again. Ball is deflected, and now Hosanna's got a foot race to try and get back, and he's going to be helped by McCalmont's little slip. Give Sheffield United a chance, pardon me. There's Kelly. The Blades looking dangerous on the counter-attack. That's York that cuts the ball out. He's kicked it for a throw-in, but yeah, I mean, at early stages, Leeds can certainly regroup, Ben, but they've certainly got some pace on the counter.
Yeah, you can see the young team that Sheffield United have got out. So they're going to be full of energy. Obviously, you mentioned their last outing, losing to the rivals Sheffield Wednesday, so they've got a point to prove, trying to get one over us. And no, like I said, they started reasonably well, just trying to set little traps, trying to play into those middle areas, then closing us down and trying to hit us on a counter attack.
Yeah, ball into Burgess. That's a good pass from Douglas. Tries to release McCalmont, who will fizz the ball through. Very similar pass that we saw the other day to Clark. It's brilliant again from Leeds. Into the box he comes. Shot's going to come in from Shackleton. It's tipped wide. And that's a fantastic response from Leeds after a bit of a nervous start at the back. Fantastic from McCalmont. Such good pace as well from Clark, and the support play was second to none.
Excellent. And that's Jack Clark in a nutshell there. Being bright, being positive, running at the defenders. But the good thing was there, the challenge came in, but we didn't stop. Wasn't on his heels. Shackleton on the rebound. Good effort with his left foot. Just tipped wide of the post.
Yeah, the ball is going to go back. It's into the near post. Cleared away. And Sheffield United, do they carry it out? No, they don't. And here comes on, it leads down the left. Good tackle. Starting to open up now. There is Casey. I believe Liam McCarron as well, by the way. Team sheet we were handed. He's got him wearing the number 5. He's certainly a lot smaller than Pascal Schurik and doesn't have those lovely black locks. So he's wearing the number 5 at left wing back. So Douglas, we believe, will be slotting in at left centre half and pushing up as well. So an attacking lineup we certainly have for Leeds today. Here is Douglas. Looks for Edmondson. It's not a bad idea either.
Great.
To the far post, and it's going to be tried to be hooked back by Gotts, who just can't get the leg over the ball and cross it. But love the ball from Barry Douglas. We saw him pushing a little bit further forward than perhaps we would normally see. And that's what it's all about. Good balls into the area.
And that's the thing with the 23s, the first team boys. Even the 18s, the fullbacks have got licence to join in. We saw how we scored the late win against Reading the other evening, where it started in the left back position and within 15 seconds the ball's in the back of the net. But great, lovely delivery from Barry Douglas. He's got a real wand of a left foot. We all know that. I say we don't know how long he's going to be playing today, but we'll try and just get those minutes under his belt.
Yeah, McCalmont forward, gets his bearings wrong and gives it to Broadbent. Clark will put the pressure on. It's fizz wide by Sheffield United. It's not a bad ball either. Heavy touch, but that's going to allow Douglas to get to it. Needs to give it away. It's now into midfield for Belahawan. Pinged forward by Hall. It's now going to go back to Meslier. He's going to put his foot through it. Flicked on by Edmondson. Good touch from Bogus. Lovely, in fact. And now it's out to Clark. Leeds on the counter. McCarran's coming in at the far post. Now can Clark find him or go for goal? In fact, he's going to tee up Gotts. One touch. Oh, he just goes without it, Robbie Gotts. He just couldn't get his feet into the right place to shoot. And a real disappointment. I'm sorry his teammates will give him the comedy value when they rewatch the tape this weekend in training, but that's a great counter from Leeds again. It's just unlucky.
The build-up play between, it was Bogus, Edmondson. Initially Edmondson with a little flick, but Bogus is reading the way he's going to try and flick it down to great little touch past the defender, and then from that moment the counter-attack was on. Jack Clark did well, found the run of Robbie Gotts, but like I said, ball maybe just a bit behind him, travelling a bit too quick for his own good there, Robbie Gotts, and just couldn't take it into his path. But like I said, good link-up play from Bogus.
Yeah, Hazana over the top. He's looking for Bogus. He's just about going to get to that. He's going to stay in play. He's got McCarran and Gotts waiting. Also helped out by Douglas. Back to Gotts. Edmondson's trying to stay on side. They're going to go laterally to Clark. Tries to jinx his way through. Really good ball. Shackleton is offside. Well, that again was a very similar pass to Alfie McCalmont. They've been watching that. He's got all the headlines this week. They want a bit of that. And again, a little bit closer to the box than Alfie was, but a very similar run from Shackleton. If he times it right, someone's got to tap in.
Yeah, you say the boys have been watching. I'm sure Alfie's been telling them as well about the pass. Bear's mentioned it a few times.
I'd have watched that most mornings to my breakfast.
Yeah.
Start my day.
Yeah, it's good. It's a good way to start your day, actually. That, but no, like I said, mentioned the fullbacks joining in. Jamie Shackleton's so unlucky, just mistimed his run ever so slightly. But it's on his that pass just in between the fullback and the centre half of the Sheffield United defenders, and we've got the quality to pick them out and just get that time in the run. Can easily get in behind them.
Yeah, Sheffield United come forward to the 12th minute. Edmondson just trying to confuse matters, didn't put the tackle in. If any of the players will get confused by the temporary touchline that's just near Edmondson's feet as we speak. Ball forward, Hazana intercepts. Goes back for it, and now Shackleton comes to help him out. And here is the pace that Leeds possess. It's all over the park. Shackleton to Clark. He wants it back. He's seen a run at the far post, but he's just put too much on it. You can see his intentions. He was trying to whip it, Ben, round the outside of the defender, straight onto Robbie Gotts' head. Just couldn't get it to him.
Sometimes you don't mind that. Giving an opportunity, the quality will be right from Jack Clark. But I like the idea, though. Just a first-time cross, just trying to unsettle the defenders, not letting them to get into the shape and get set. And that's the kind of surface Ryan Edmondson likes, when it's nice and early, so he can run in onto it. But like I say, he'll get the quality right, Jack Clark, on the next one.
Yeah, McCarran just trying to wrestle the ball away, and he's helped Leeds put the pressure on. McCalmont turns into trouble. Leeds concede the throw. Another good attendance today at Thorp Arch, by the way, braving the slightly warmer temperatures than we had this morning, but difficult to see as well. You can see Bogus just covering his eyes, that low sun. So keepers will have to be on guard. McCarran, for me, has certainly been Leeds' best player the last two games. And here is Meslier. Has to watch it come out of the sky, and just simple bowling out of the ball. Here's Casey. Douglas. Fluid formation today, of course, with it being two full-backs within that back three that we've been playing for the last few months now. Sheffield United might have a chance to exploit that, but on the other side of things for us, Ben, and for Leeds, his perspective is it could be so fluid that we get a lot of good movement and maybe some random goal scorers out there today.
Yeah, and that's the key, getting the third man runs from the midfield areas. We did that ever so well against Wigan, because when you play Ryan Edmondson up top, he needs support. We mentioned Bogus already today, linking up well with him. And it looks more traditional with a back four from us today, but he said it's so fluid that at times it can be a free. It just how we see fit, how Sheffield United adapt to that, we will adapt also.
Yeah, here is Douglas. Gonna ping the ball over the top. McCarron will chase. He's offside. Great idea from Douglas. Do think with the pace McCarron's got, he might have had a chance to get to that. He did sit up on the surface as they're going to take this short. Sheffield United, that ball was rolling. Not that I'm being picky, but that is the rule. Bogus slips. Of course, with it being a cold winter's day, it is going to be a bit slippy underfoot. Bogus wants a free kick, and they've managed to get one. I didn't see too much in that, but we're not going to complain.
No, we'll take that. But again, good closing down.
He was unlucky the other day, hitting the post with a really good effort. There's Bogus. It's out to Shackleton. Leeds going to the byline. Shackleton cuts it back. He's cleared away. It's going to be bobbling into the box. Douglas is going to go chase after this. Douglas wants a run. Gets one from McCarron. Keeps play ticking over. Casey's been told where to go, and two players, Shackleton and Gotts, telling him to go to Hosanna. And here's Clark. Twinkle toes from him. Oh, what a ball. Now Shackleton, chance to cut the ball back across the face of goal. Keeper and defender getting each other's way. He's gone for Edmondson. The pass was bogus.
Fantastic link-up play yet again down the right-hand side. So Jack Clark, Jamie Shackleton. But you're right, that was the pass. Just a little cut back to Bogus. Obviously probably didn't see him out corner of his eye. But mention the build-up play, fantastic by those two out on the right.
And here is Douglas. Back to McCarron. Leads his bench, just making a few notes. And of course, busy day at Thorp Arch as always, preparing for the first team duties. Down the right, Leeds will cut Clark. Edmondson's flying forward to get into the box. Clark's looking in the groove today. He's looking pretty dangerous. Most of his dribbles have worked. His feet are in sync as he just shapes the shoot. Played some cracking passes as well. Once the 1-2, it's going to be cleared back out to Hosanna. Just came on last weekend, Clark, and getting those chances. What will be a busy month for Leeds. We'll need a lot of players to be fit and ready. Down the line, offside flag goes up against Jack Clark. And just got caught ball watching, not checking his line. But I mean, that's what the point we keep making. You know, beating the drum, you're going to have so many fixtures. You're seeing Middlesbrough tomorrow's first team have got a shed load of injuries, and you know, if touchwood it doesn't happen for Leeds and we've got a fully fit squad, but we know that a good half of this team are knocking on the door. And
that's key. Going into, you said, the busy period leading up to Christmas, New Year. There's so many games, and the most important thing is having a fully fit squad, or majority of the squad available, and we seem to be getting players back at the right time. Again, Eddie Nketiah on the bench. We've got Jamie Shackleton getting more minutes under his belt. He came off the bench for the first team in the dying seconds as well. So all these options for Marcelo Bielsa is fantastic, and these games, the under-23 games, they're vital just to keep match sharp.
Yeah, ball's going to come flying forward from Sheffield United. They scoop the ball towards the far post, and it's a good job McCarron's there, and he dribbles his way out, and that is a quite simply superb little chip pass over the top. And Gotts appeared to be nudged. Nothing in it, says the ref. You forget how young Liam McCarron is. And he really seems to have responded well, like a lot of Leeds players have from that defeat at Derby in the Premier League Cup. Again, a reminder, Monday's game against Wolves has been postponed. Wolves in action elsewhere, so that will have to be played at a later date. If you were planning to tune in to LUTV with myself and Ben, throw into Leeds. Not seen too much of the centre forwards for Sheffield United, which is good news, of course. Gaxet and Young. Terrific turn from McCalmont. Referee saying there's nothing in that. He's now decided that there now is. It's always confusing with referees. He's had a good look. The player's not moved. he carries on and then goes, actually, the time there's an injury, it's 2 players down, one's for a bootlace rather than a knock, and it is Gaxer. And I think it's just a simple case of McCalmont's turned and the studs have caught the man, but he had the ball, so no free kick really.
Right. You just ask for consistency from referees. There, you just let the play continue. We're in possession. I don't think he's seriously injured from the first look at it, but no, usually 9 times out of 10 you play on until, obviously, if you're in possession, put the ball out, and then the physios can come on then.
Yeah, so a break in play for now. Looks like he should be able to carry on. Leeds' players have come across for a drink and a tactical update. Leeds now saying where the ball was. Jack Clark certainly is. Referee at the moment is not listening. And Leeds will restart in their own half. They've been waved back on as the Sheffield United striker Leonardo Gaxer. Down line to Shackleton, heavy first touch, takes it away from him. Another cracking ball, and I've seen so many examples of that ball into the channel down the wing back, especially down the right hand side, not much down the left, but of course that is where Jack Clark is today. It's where Shackleton's pushing further forward, and naturally we've got more of a right winger. Down the left, McCarron's having to cover at left wing back a bit more. Bit out of balance in that respect, it's more sided down the right, but of course Clark can switch if he needs to.
Well, the good thing with Jamie Shackleton is his energy. He's relentless going up and down that right hand side when he's playing in the full back position.
Certainly the case, and halfway through this first half, and at the moment the Whites looking pretty solid. Leslie's not had anything to do apart from the one save. A couple of catches here and there. And Gotts just gets dispossessed in the middle. That's where the game is actually a bit more hotly contested. The middle of the park is where Sheffield United are fighting back a little. It's down the flanks that Leeds are getting more joy. Shackleton pushing up to put the pressure on. Leeds have to try and readjust. He's out of position. Hazana just gives the opposite man a nudge, and it will be a throw-in. Here is Douglas. It's out for a Sheffield United throw-in now instead. Couple of subs warming up for the Whites. It's now back to the keeper. Verips leads intercept with Hazana, goes wide, a bit short for Shackleton, so Sheffield United step up and win it back. Across comes Casey. Gaxer tries to find a way through, wins the ball back. Tackling with Shackleton. Referee, I think, though, said it's from behind and given Leeds the free kick. I didn't see too much in it, but again, no complaints from us. Clark, great ball to Bogus. Now he's got a chance to shoot. He'll take it right-footed, just past the post. Plenty of power on that, Ben. Good effort.
Good effort. You could see it was McCarron out onto his left-hand side. He was screaming for the ball, but Bogus is always going to shoot there. Correct option. The only disappointing thing, he just missed the target. The quality does possess. You expect him to work the keeper even from outside the area, but that was a good move. But yeah, again, Bogus getting that space on the half turn in the number 10 position, and it's a real danger when he does that.
Yeah, McCarron, Casey, well up the pitch. The number 6. There is McCalmont trying to spray the passes. Dinks that one to the right this time. Hazana, McCalmont again trying to start the moves from deep. Gotts has gone deep as well, and here he is. Hazana. Douglas over the top.
Great pass.
Fantastic ball. Leeds onside. Gotts is going to chip it. And it's over. One of the flag might have gone up. He certainly seems to stay down when he certainly touched the ball. So I'm going to say that let's double check that, because of course we never know nowadays with the referees and the officials. But no, it has just been fired over the top, and it's frustration for Leeds. Well, I said the other day that I don't think we'll get a better assist from McCalmonts this year, but that might, 3 or 4 days later, might have actually been level with it. I mean, that was a midfield defence splitting ball, and the run from Robbie Gotts was timed really well. Do you need to chip it though, Ben? If we're going to be, again, we don't want to be critical, one of our best 23 stars, but could he have gone round the keeper?
I think it's always difficult because the ball's bouncing up and didn't quite settle it down to get on the floor. But what a pass from Barry Douglas. He makes those passes look so easy. And there's only a handful of players who can produce quality like that. But the run for Robbie Gotts timed to perfection. And yeah, maybe if you could just bring it down, maybe a different type of finish. But I think it's probably the right one, just because the ball was still bouncing up and down. Just got a little bit too much on it. But some pass from Barry Douglas.
Certainly was, as Mesley is going to go wide. Douglas tries to flick the ball and just can't get there. Strong pressure from Burgess and from McCalmont. That should be Leeds' throw-in, I thought. He did take a deflection last, and it's cracking work. Carlos Colbrand appreciates it. Still find a way to tell Leeds to improve. That's the coach he is. Always looking for perfection. It's Casey across to Bryce Azana. Casey picks up the pieces again. Here is Douglas. He's got a couple of runners. Edmondson trying to make the run in behind. Ignored for now. He's going across the defence, more than happily to do so. Hazana, down the channel they come. Now can they cut the ball back? It was certainly the attempt of Jack Clark to do so. But with Edmondson a bit out of position, it was never going to find him anyway. Just didn't get his foot around it. But yeah, the signs are good so far for Leeds. We've had just the one breakthrough for Sheffield United with a save, and apart from that, it's been all the Whites pushing on.
Yeah, we've dominated so far. Just approaching 27 minutes played. Just seems slightly turning the screw a little bit more as the keeps unfolding. But we know keep just stay patient with it. Don't try and force it, even though the breakthrough hasn't come yet. Because, like I said, we're bang on top.
Yeah, Clark looking for Edmondson. It's a good idea. Appreciates the pass. Just needs service. He'll often win and create chances himself because of his pressure. Little nudge down the Sheffield United man just to unsettle him. Of course, Edmondson now scored 2 in 2. Free kick given Sheffield United's way. Is Taishi Underl-Gibbons that's won the set piece, and it is now going to be Rhys York to put the ball down. They're going to send the big centre halves forward and try and unsettle this Leeds defence. Two-man wall, Gotts and Jack Clark. Leslie 8 telling them they were out of position. Broadbent, low and hard. Not the best free kick, if that's quite a terrible free kick, if I'm honest. Karen, great strength, fantastic defending. Playing out of position again. Left wing back, challenging with the striker, Leonardo Gaxa. Drops the shoulder, makes sure he gets it. And I mean, for a Sheffield United point of view, they must do better from set pieces if they're going to get very few chances against this Leeds team. As here is Clark, another top quality counter. Referee said it's a pull by Clark, so it's going to be a free kick. But 3 passes, if you count the keepers, and at the other end of the pitch on the box, and you can see why the first team was scored in 15 seconds the other day.
And that was going to be a lot quicker from the goalkeeper. Yeah, again, just the ability to see things early. Not let Sheffield United get settled into the shape of the formation. If it's on, do it. Don't have to wait around. And like I say, matter of seconds, nearly going to the penalty area. But that's the freedom we talk about. This is what they're working, training. Like I say, if you see something, have the ability, have the confidence, go do it early, and we certainly have the ability out on show today.
Yeah, Hazana to Casey. Goes across to the right centre back. He's going to carry it further forward. Continues to make his way to the edge of the box. Now a chance to go to the byline. A real wrestle play. Goes down in the box. It's no penalty given from the official. He will give that free kick though, and Leeds a bit frustrated there. But it's a free kick high up the pitch. Should not be troubling them from here. A reminder of the table, it's Forest, Birmingham, Burnley, Crewe, Leeds and Barnsley in the top 6. Leeds are 6 points off the top. They have 3 games in hand on Crewe above them. They have 2 games in hand on joint leaders Birmingham. Should it all go well. Of course, Leeds will be sitting pretty and ready to challenge to defend their title. Of course, Northern champions. And me and Ben are really used to success in our first year together last year. Northern champions, national champions, cup semi-finalists. We'd like more of the same. And the way that the team are progressing last few weeks, back to normal. And good to ride those tests of adversity as well. As Hannah caught in possession. Easy to forget the players that Leeds have had out in the 23s injured, or those that have been on international duty. He was one of the bogus away with his country. McCalmont, his teammate in midfield alongside him, he was also away, scoring a stunning goal. And for now, Leeds just going through the motions. Mesley's got a bit too ambitious, and Leeds have given the ball away, and now it is with Young. He goes to the byline, Hazana gets a touch, and it's going to be a corner. And perhaps, in fact, I think they're saying it's touched the Sheffield United man. I thought we could see from here, but that's not the case. But again, more positives for Leeds. But yeah, just for now, a little bit of a slow spell there. They got a bit lucky. It was a bit stop-start, and they were nearly punished. Here's McCalmont. That's a good ball through Edmondson. He had to try and take the touch away from the defender. It just went behind him, but he's managed to help recover the ball, and he just can't get onto Douglas's pass. And frustration from the pair. Edmondson perhaps just maybe awkwardly put his foot into the surface. That's why he couldn't launch off properly. Hence the little hobble at the minute. Fingers crossed is okay. But yeah, it's maybe the first lull we've got from Leeds 32 minutes in.
You're going to get those little lulls in games. The key thing is when you do that, you just you don't concede, you don't give chances away, and that's what we've done. We've looked solid at the back, and obviously just get just string a few passes together again, and then settle into a rhythm.
Yeah, Meslier gives the ball away. Good header from Douglas. Hazana decides to keep his foot underneath it and now going a bit of a run through the middle. Into McCalmont. There is McCarron. He's going to go to the byline. Good run from McCarron. Unfortunate with the cross, it's taken a double deflection. Referee said it's off McCarron. He's given the throw in the other way. Well, that's certainly where his hand was signalled. Has he tried to say the linesman's given something? Leeds certainly think the throw-in's theirs. Now McCarron's given the ball up and listened to the instruction and gone the other side. All a bit confusing with around 12 minutes to go until the break. Leeds concede yet another throw-in. A reminder of the Leeds bench. Myazet, McCarron, of course, started, so Berardi, Alioski and Nketiah. Bit of a team sheet error, we believe. Or late tactical change, perhaps, to just switch things up. Leeds finally get the throw-in now. Hazana out of trouble. Gaxa, the Sheffield United man, putting the pressure on. Here is Casey. McCalmont. Bogus is going to go across the field of play. McCarron looking for Gotts, bit too far in front of him. Leeds get the corner though. Good work from Robbie Gotts. Didn't give up on it. Made sure that Leeds got something out of that.
Yeah, done well to win the corner. It looked like the ball was going to run away from him, go out for a goal kick, but did well to get there, win the corner. And all he asked for this situation, just put into a dangerous area now.
Yeah, waiting for it. Near post. Headed away at the edge of the 6-yard box. Players have been given a set piece. Been a bit stop-start the last few minutes and not the easiest on the eye. Again, not sure Leeds were expecting that free kick to be taken from where it was. A bit confusing. Strong tackle again. Leeds will get the throw-in only. Casey to McCalmont. Again wearing the skipper's armband today. Down the line. Ambitious ball. Just too much on it to Liam McCarron, but again, that's what success Leeds had, Ben. Try to get into the channels, playing those early passes and getting the wingers in behind.
Yeah, a little bit too much on it that time from Molly Casey, but the idea is right. We know he's quick. McCarron showed his pace superbly Monday night at Wigan. But not even he could have caught up with that ball, unfortunately. But no, keep trying to find those passes, because I think it's still on quite a lot, because the fullbacks are playing quite wide for Sheffield United, so the natural spaces, like we said, between them and the centre half down the sides. We've seen Jamie Shackleton trying to use the overlap on the right hand side numerous times so far.
Good tackle on Clark. Good header from Casey. Here is Randall Gibbons. Leeds win it back. Clark's got an option inside to Bogus. Bit slow the pass, but he goes and gets it, tries to return it. Sheffield United get back and recover. Gakka's offside. Hazana's clipped from behind. It will be a free kick. Good work from Brian Hazana. Under pressure, rather than go back to the keeper, he'd rather be clipped and gets the free kick higher at the pitch. Here is Douglas. To McCarron. To Hazana. Gotts gets caught in possession from a McCalmont pass. The duo go back to try and retrieve it and do just that. Just what you're going to see from your centre partnership in midfield. If you're going to give the ball away as a pair, go work back for it. And of course, Leeds fans always like to see the extra mile given by the players in try to retrieve it back, put the effort in. Ball in behind from Hazana. Clark has beaten the offside trap. Edmondson in the area, trying to get in the box. He's Gotts towards the byline, twisting, turning. It's back to Shackleton. He floats it into the air. And it's going to be cleared away. Now a foot race between Casey. Sheffield United man gives up. And here comes Meslier. But tempo starting to slightly lift. 7 to go until half time. No doubt Leeds are the better team, but perhaps he did goal just to settle things down. Sheffield United getting a bit more confident as the game goes on. They can keep Leeds out. Of course, the change at the break bend might help us, but we'll break off here as Hazana. Lovely work again across the face. Keeper saves it, and he's managed to do enough just to tip it towards the byline and have headed it behind for a corner. And again, down the channels, so much joy for Leeds.
Excellent link-up play, Bryce Hazana. You need to remember he's playing centre-half today. He can play right back. We've seen him play there numerous times for the 23s, but again, he's got the licence, he's got the freedom to bomb on. Great little 1-2 with Shackleton, burst into the box. Sometimes it might take your centre-half just to burst forward with the ball. We've seen Ben White do it numerous times at first-team level.
It's all he did on Tuesday at Reading. The man was everywhere as Douglas gets ready to try and get the ball in. Header towards goal from Edmondson. Saved. And another good chance for Leeds. in this 23s game. Still goalless, of course, if you're just joining us here on LUTV. But yeah, Ben White on Tuesday, another magnificent display. Such a great ending for the Whites, and hoping they can carry on Saturday against Middlesbrough. Free kick, Kazana could go into the bucket. Seen these given, the man's beating him, all ends up. And in fairness, he's just done nothing to win the ball. He knows what he's doing. He's had to try and take him out to keep Sheffield United at bay.
Yeah, the referee's called him over here. Here's going to be a yellow card.
Yeah, I don't think you can argue with that personally. As an ex-defender, Ben might, but
it's one of them. Never touched him, ref.
Free kick to come. Shot comes in. Meslier has to save it and does well to get a hand. Didn't want to take a risk. Covered his near post, and we've seen just how well Ilya Meslier has developed in the 23s this year. And again, he's on hand to make sure it stays at 0-0.
It needs to be alive there. It was just a pop shot from Leonardo, just on the edge of the box. He's looked a real threat for Sheffield United. He's looked lively. He won the foul from Bryce Stan, who went into the book then. But no, good alert goalkeeping from Meslier.
To the near post, headed up and away by Leeds. Casey in particular, acrobatic clearance to make sure there's not another corner, and it will be a throw-in. 5 to go. Sheffield United trying to up the tempo and put pressure on Leeds. It's into the middle of midfield, a chance then for them to break, and options coming down the left. McCarran, he's got Douglas on his inside, trying to do all he can to help out. McCarran's going to go to the far post. It's a good cross, back inside header. It's going to be blocked. Douglas again on the weaker right foot, and it's cleared away by Sheffield United eventually. Second and third attempts, but that's the sort of fluidity we talked about earlier. Barry Douglas was the man having the effort, not only with his head, but then the volley, and he's our left back. The
pace of the counter-attack, yeah, again, was frightening. Quick free kick, burst out down the left. Did everything right then, so did it across face of the goal. Unfortunately, just couldn't get a clean effort away on target. But every time in this first half, we've increased the tempo. We just look a class above.
Yeah, ball forward. Out towards the right. Shackleton now getting more involved. It is with Clark. You just give the ball away. Look how many Sheffield United shirts are in that box. It tells you how nervous they are around Leeds' attackers. They're almost running into trouble. Verrips will clear, and they get away with it. But that's what we saw with the first team on Tuesday, that set piece where Reading had that just one long line of Reading players to defend, and Leeds' reputation at 23s level is getting bigger and bigger. Sheffield United trying to cover. Here is McCarran. Douglas trying to help him out. He goes on his own, and the free kick's given. A little bit greedy, and he'll probably know that as well. I think Barry Douglas will tell him.
And that's the part of the learning curve, your learning development, when there's not much space. Because Barry Douglas did give him a shout that he was going to run round him, use the overlap. That's where, as a winger, as a young player, just keep all the possession, wait for the runner to come round you, and then you could release Barry Douglas. But I say it's all about learning, developing. There's no doubt in McCarran's potential.
Cards coming out here, I think. They're just talking to by the ref. He's talking over to the captain. I think Rhys York is the Blades captain, and somebody in the Sheffield United midfield has chopped off one too many times, and the referee is not happy. So a bit of a delay. It's Broadbent that's said too much. It's going to be fired up towards centre forward in Young. Flicked over the top. They're in behind. Here is Sheffield United. Meslier comes out. Penalty. And he said he didn't touch him. Look from here that there was some decent contact in all fairness, and Rhys York is fouled. Your thoughts, Ben? Did he dive, or I thought he was just body checked personally.
Well, you can tell by the players' reaction, they're not happy. They're all surrounding the referee, and that to me suggests very minimal contact, if any at all. So it's obviously it's difficult being this far away from the action. Hard to tell, but Meslier, we've seen him save penalties this season, so we need another big save from him now.
Yeah, we've seen him pull off these theatrics before in the 23s. He's got his own little routine. He's ready to go now. Great save down to his right, and he screams in delight at Meslier. He's becoming a penalty save specialist at the moment. Fantastic stop to his right, and it's still 0-0. And yeah, each week we seem to be complimenting even more and more. And no wonder, guessed the right way, done his research, and best thing as well, he not only went the right way, he pushed it well clear of danger, and Meslier wins the battle.
Fantastic save. Yeah, before the penalty got taken, he was slowing the player down, went to the side of the goal, had a little drink. He always seems in control of them situations, and it's funny, you always seem confident. If he's facing a penalty, he's always going to save it. And you're right, he's becoming a penalty expert at the moment. He is obviously he's a big lad. His Meslier can fill the goal really well, but he just has a knack of going the right way and saving it at the moment.
Yeah, McCarron back to Douglas into stoppage time now. That penalty maybe taken us a bit further past that we needed. And Douglas inside to Casey. Leeds need to hurry up if they're going to get one more chance before the break. Was a delayed kickoff, by the way. This one, players were out a little later than expected. Here is McCalmont, sweeps the ball wide to Shackleton. Here's Casey in so much space. Douglas fires that over the top. McCarron has moved back. Clark looks well onside and is. So Clark into the box, loops it to the far post. Keeper tips it away. Free kick given against Leeds. And that should be the end of the first half.
I think it's give it for a push from Ryan Edmondson, but surely he's entitled to jump up for the ball. As we're just going to see a replay of the penalty. I say it looks like the player's halfway going down before Meslier gets to him.
Yeah.
But no, you can see there, we talked about his little rituals, had a drink at the side of the goal. Player steps up, gets right away and gets a good strong parry to it.
Yeah, Robbie Gotts, always, of course, very vocal. Has captained his 23 team number of times. He's straight up to him. Big high five, and that's the highlight of the first half. Terrific goalkeeping again as the first half does come to an end. So Ilya Meslier's penalty save keeps his score at 0-0. Of course, we're expecting changes throughout the game. Some of the first team is returning, but it's been a steady half. Leeds, boss possession, just couldn't find that goal. Join us soon for second half commentary. Welcome back to LUTV's coverage of this Professional Development League game at Thorp. We've had 3 changes at the break. Eddie Nketiah just shaking hands with one of the Sheffield United players as he gets ready to lead the line alongside Brian Edmonds, and that should be a change in formation for Leeds. We've seen Berardi, Alioski and Nketiah come on. Let's break off as they're going to get down the line. Sheffield United had a real chance to score. Diving header miss at the edge of the penalty spot. Another warning sign for Leeds. They had a chance in the first half, Sheffield United. They've had another chance at the start of the second, and real nervous moments. Myself, Tom Hill, Ben Parker bringing you the action. So we think Robbie Gotts has gone to right back, which means Shackleton will have come off. Berardi perhaps going to left wing back for Douglas, of course. So McCarron will stay at left wing back. Maybe push another man into defence. So Berardi will go in defence, McCarron will stay at left wing back. Alioski's going to centre midfield. We're just waiting to see the change there, and we'll get it for you. But Ben, chance to freshen things up. 3 first teamers just wanting a bit more minutes in their legs ahead of the weekend, and of course further games to come.
Yeah, but first of all, we started this second half really sloppy. Just need to defend, get this ball clear.
Yeah, ball to the far post. It's going to be towards Alioski. Made a massive difference off the bench against Reading on Tuesday. Tries to play a similar ball that Stuart Dallas played across the middle of the park. United caught out behind again. It's a strong, fast start. There's McCalmont. It's out towards the right. Here is Gotts. Out towards the foul touchline for Berardi. So Burgess and McCallum are still out there. Jack Clark is the other change. Here is Nketiah. Nketiah shoots straight away. First touch goes for goal. So Alioski playing a bit further forward. Burgess perhaps will do the same. So there's the other change. So we're all caught up. Of course, Nketiah has played for the 23s this season. That's a famous victory against Watford. That's 6-0 thumping. Burgess down the line. Little nudge, try to take the defender out of play and for a corner, and Leeds will get it.
Yeah, he's done well to win the corner. We've seen Robbie Gotts won in the first half, did well, and he was second favourite there, Bogus, but good upper body strength just to barge into the Sheffield United defender, win this corner kick.
Ball to the near post. Berardi has a shot, it's blocked. Leeds tried to put the pressure on. Berardi will then concede a goal kick. And a bit of a chance apiece, but yeah, really big chance Sheffield United to start the second half. Perhaps suggesting that their position in the league in 10th is a bit false. Do have a good production line. We've had some good battles over the years. Unbeaten in 3 though, as Nketiah tries to put the pressure on. He's very close to getting that, and the keeper was well out of net, so he could well have had the simplest of goals. Down the line it goes. It's going to go out of play for a throw-in. Offside, perhaps. Referee seems to be signalling something different. Yeah, the flag has come up. So just confirming that change. Douglas, Berardi, Alioski, Clark, Nketiah, Shackleton. We keep mentioning this for the 23s, of course, players playing in multiple positions, but we've only really seen Gianni Alioski in 2. Left back, left midfield. More of a central role. Here he is again.
Well, he came on.
Changed the game, of course.
Yeah, came on Tuesday, played more of a central role, and his energy was fantastic. Big catalyst for us to get that win.
Yeah, we can now, of course, show what he can do here at this level as well. Ball into the near post, it's flicked away. Chance for a bit more practice for him in the centre of midfield. Here's Bogus, he's caught, that should be a free kick. Referee says not. McCalmont looks so comfortable on the ball last few games, Alpha McCalmont. That step up to international level has really helped him. Here is Gotts. McCalmont again. Looks to try and find Nketiah. A bit too ambitious. Alioski again through the middle. This is where his pace is so key in the middle of the park, and he will give a free kick away, but there's not many. If he does become a centre midfielder for a while, we've seen Stuart Dallas play there. If he does, where he might be getting a card here, there's not many centre midfielders that are as quick as he is.
His energy as well. His energy is second to none. You'll ask any other players in the first team, and they'll mention about his energy, his fitness levels, and like I say, it's just another position that he can step into, and another option going forward that Marcelo Bielsa will look to utilise. And like we mentioned about the busy schedule, it's players who can play numerous positions that are really key to build up the squad.
Yeah, down the line they come, across the byline, and it's just going to go out of play. Goal kick to Leeds. If you missed the entirety of the first half, Ilan Meslier saved a penalty on the stroke of half time, denying Reece York. And here is Hosanna now. Goes back to Casey. Leeds just trying to work their way into this game. They've not really got going in the second half just yet, but chance now over the top to Bogus, and Nketiah is going to get there, such as the pace he brings. Shot down low, saved, and it's going to be tipped away by Sheffield United. Certainly did the right thing. That could be a free kick in all fairness off the ball. Bit of a nudge. And got to the Sheffield United player, shake hands. He knows he's messed up, but Nketiah from a centre forward position, keep it low, keep it hard across goal, and the keeper saves. Yeah,
he did everything right. But that's the third time now. He's just peeling off centre-half shoulders, Eddie Nketiah. And let's be honest, it's absolutely delighted to see him back out on the pitch. I'm sure all the fans as well will be. Real talent, top-class player. And again, another player we'll need going forward.
Yeah, Alioski takes the free kick. It's going to be to the far post. Oh, it's just not enough. A real chance for Edmondson. And I thought he was just going to get any sort of touch. Might have been his hair that's hit it rather than any part of his skull. He's so close to guiding it home. And I mean, Edmondson is a player that in that sort of situation thrives, and we're so used to seeing him tapping. It's actually a shock to see him miss.
I don't know whether he just thought, oh, the ball's just going to land on my head here. It's going to be an easy goal for me, middle of the 6-yard box. But it just seemed to it just drifted away last second from him. You could see he was frustrated, banging the post afterwards, but great delivery from Alioski.
Yeah, free kick. Referee's going to bring the play back. He says Brady should have taken it inside his own half. Bit strange when he let 2 free kicks in the first half go, which were rolling balls, but maybe he's been reminded of that. He was Nketiah to Hosanna and back. Not the best pass into Nketiah again, but Leeds will try and recover. Under pressure, there's Edmondson, a tap in, and he capitalises on a mistake at the back, and after missing a header, he doesn't make a mistake a second time. A real predator in the box, Ryan Edmondson. 3 goals, 3 matches, and Leeds lead by a single goal to nil.
Strikers love those finishes. Just dropped to him, almost similar to the goal he got against Wigan last time out. But the work rate from Eddie Nketiah forced the mistake out of the defence. As you can see here, they're just trying to build up the play, go around the back, but then the trigger's been set from Eddie Nketiah. Ryan Edmondson's latched onto a loose touch. Simple task, putting the ball into the back of the net, but that's what work rate produces. Forces mistakes, leads to goals, and like I say, a big delight to get himself on the score sheet yet again.
Yeah, McCalmont trying to put pressure on Sheffield United's midfield. It is with Young across the face of goal, and a tap in at the far post, and an immediate response from Sheffield United. Not even a minute in front, Leeds. 54 the goal, 55 the equaliser. Game on.
Straight from the kickoff as well, and that'll be the disappointing thing. Well, we've managed to get ourselves ahead. that's where you got to stay concentrated even more, because the old saying in football, that's when you're most vulnerable, when you've just scored, and it proved to be. Like I said, build up straight from the kick-off, they've gone forward, just a simple cross into the back post, and as you can see, just saying, straight from the kick-off, they've burst forward, and they've played just only a handful of passes before they've got the ball wide, and I'd say just a bit disappointed. To be honest, it's a great cross. It's very hard to defend
it's
against.
Jake Keller that's got the goal, the number 2.
Yeah, very hard to defend against, but no, be real disappointed with that. Just the manner of conceding it straight from when we've got ourselves in front.
Yeah, very disappointing. But again, try and build on the positive from the goal of Edmondson, the pressure, as you say. Learn from that. Realise that this is certainly a team that I mentioned at the start of the second half looked like they could be in a bit of a false position in the table. Well organised, strong academy, good coaching staff, and players that have really challenged Leeds today. Into the box they come. They've won a corner. Of course, they only played a couple of days ago, and they're certainly levelling up to Leeds, who we know are reigning champions. Just maybe take 10 or 15 minutes for the change to take hold. You know, Shackleton had a good start. Jack Clark had one in the first half. They're both off now, so it could take the subs a little while to get into the groove of things. Into the near post, header towards goal, off the bar, and that's the captain that missed the penalty, I believe, that's fired away. York, seemingly the man that had that effort. Leeds now trying to come away. They've got a free kick, which is much needed, because for a moment there they nearly caught cold and nearly 2-1 down. Yeah,
it's just sat back down again. And let's be honest, it should really be 2-1 to Sheffield United. Reece York, so much time and space inside the box, free header. Thankfully it's hit the woodwork and we survived, but hopefully that's going to be a lesson and hopefully a springboard for us to just up the tempo again now.
Yeah, ball out towards the left, and Ketia now he needs to try and hold the play up, which he'll do pretty effortlessly. Great work from Eddie Nketiah. There's Alioski, wants it back. Good touch, turns away from his man, gets fouled. Lovely touch and makes it look oh so easy. And good free kick position. No Douglas, but Matthias Bogus has always put his hand up, so I'm sure he'll be the same. Alioski likewise.
Looks so sharp already, does Eddie Nketiah. And this is the chance where it should really be 2-1. Free header, swash against the bar. But no, you're right, great opportunity is this. Alioski, Bogus over the ball.
Yeah, so Bogus has shown since he arrived that over 12 months ago what he can do from set pieces. We had great time to score. Whoever hits this, it is going to be Bogus. It is right-footed. What a goal! And Matthias Bogus, we said, has got that in his locker, and that's an absolute peach. It's 2-1. And what a second half we're having here.
What technique that is. Keeper absolutely no chance. We mentioned it's a great opportunity, but it's one thing saying that. You've got to have the execution, you've got to have the quality. By God, Bogus certainly showed all that in his locker. He had a similar effort against Wigan on Monday night. Similar distance, it just went over the bar, and we said he'd be disappointed not hitting the target just because we know he can possess this. The wall's jumped, straight in the top corner, keeper no chance. Fantastic free kick.
Yeah, really good. And now to learn the lessons of that earlier goal and not concede, and now settle down and really build from here. We really have had some great goals for the 23s in the last 7 to 10 days. Ketia force wide. Gotts, great footwork. McCarron's asking for it on the left. He has to check his run. Alioski on his inside. I thought he checked it enough not to be. Just short of the hour mark, should I say. All the goals in the second half. Reminder on LUTV tomorrow. The build-up starting from 2 o'clock. Leeds United versus Middlesbrough at Ellen Road. Of course, you can watch the action for our match pass for our worldwide customers. Audio pass available as well. Promises to be another big test. And hopefully Leeds can come through that. Here's Alioski, flicks it inside. Little scooped up effort. Sheffield United again flying forward. Good covering defending from Hazana. You can certainly see and say though that they're not going down without a fight, these Blades players.
No, they're really bright up front. Mentioned Leonardo up top. He's caused loads of problems, and it's highly thought of at Sheffield United. And I'll say Andy Hughes, being the manager there, brought him up for the under-18 system. So just got to keep switched on for the full 90. Don't give him any easy chances or anything, just to get the confidence back up and getting back into this game.
Next with Sheffield United again. Leeds having to press. Good tackle from Robbie Gotts. We've not seen as much of this year, Robbie Gotts, of course, in and out of the side. A couple of other players getting a chance in his positions, but again, he just slots in. Always a consistent 8 out of 10, Robbie Gotts, in whatever position he plays. He had a good, solid game out there today, and Ketia just nudged off the ball. Looked like it was a bit of a nudge in the back, and the referee agrees. But again, as we keep saying, for the 23s, if you can have Robbie Gotts out of the team 1 week, and then you can play left wing back, right wing back, centre mid, it just helps Carlos Corberan's selection policy also well. And of course, no Cresswell out there today. He's been good. No Pascal Struijk. He's been fantastic as well. And still, Leeds winning 2-1.
Just shows the talent up at Thorp Arch. It shows the great work the academy staff do, leading into under-18s. We're developing players all the time, every season. And it's fantastic to see so many young players, very good players as well, having a desire and wanting to break into that first team.
Yeah, ball back into Sheffield United's hands for a throw-in. Casey trying to wrestle the ball away. Bogus flies in, great pressure. Now Leeds trying to start a counter. It's just going to fall back to Karen Gordon. Ketia not had that much service since stepping off the bench, but just good to see him out there, of course. 4 games out of the picture with an injury. He's already scored 5 this season, pardon me. And of course, England Youth International duty. He's also starred there as well, and such a bonus to get him back in the squad. Alioski is fouled in midfield, the Sheffield United player. He's not happy that he goes down early, has a little word in his ear. I'll be honest, Alioski isn't going to care one bit what he's just said to him. 2-1. Crazy second half. 4 minutes, 3 goals. It's got a bit boring now since that.
Yeah, what they're playing at. But no, great ability to bounce back from our guys. Because when Sheffield United got that equaliser so quick from the kick-off, it could easily have got your heads down, feel sorry for yourself, but best possible way to bounce back. And what a strike from Bogus.
Yeah, brings it under control, nips the ball just in time to McCalmont, who twists, turns sideways, goes back to Hazana. He goes down the right, it's into Nketiah's path. He's now going to try and dribble it forward as he will. It is going to be played out. All the subs made by Leeds. Down the line, Leeds will win the throw-in. Not the best clearance, it'll fall. Leeds will take it, it's to Robbie Gotts. Into midfield, Berardi. Bit of a rare touch for him. He's had a quiet introduction to the second half, and now back from Katie to Meslier, who we can't forget had such a big influence earlier in the game with the penalty save in the 44th minute. Alioski just caught. So many big contributions today. As Leeds will try and build out from the back. Hazara. Calmont. Slightly clipped. Don't think it was a free kick though. The referee does play on. It's good officiating, to be honest. That'll be a free kick. And Hazara already on a card, don't forget. Will have to watch himself.
Yeah, he's got to be careful there. You can see the referee giving a talking to. No doubt that'll be a final warning for Bryce Hazara. So just got to be careful, especially when he's getting dragged out wide in those positions. Don't be rash with your challenges. Just stay on your feet. Watch the ball.
Your ball across the face of goal, flicked away. It's going to fall to the edge of the box. Leeds have to try and scramble here. McCarran doing just that. And now ball over the top. Good header from Gott. It's released in Ketia, who will try and kick the ball over the head and chase. Stopped in his tracks. Surprise, surprise. Right, Edmondson's working hard up front. Leeds just, again, squeezing Sheffield United quicker than they'd like, pushing them to the touchline, making them pass it early to force that. Good work from Berardi, good communication from Meslier to tell him that pass was on. Down the left they come. Alioski. Now a chance. Should go for a corner and does. Tempo of the entire game entirely, though, Ben, has certainly lifted in the second half. I think Sheffield United were the cause of that at first. They were out straight away the first minute of the second half. They were in Leeds' faces, but overall it's not been as... It was more Leeds. Now, every time Sheffield United get the ball there, heads down in attack. I'll get your thoughts on that in a second, what you think to the game as a whole as we nearly get to the halfway point of the second half. It's to the far post and Ketia keeps it in. Those two dancing, little dance moves there to try and put each other off.
Yeah, I've seen you do that on a Saturday night before, Tom.
I'm better than them two, I'll be honest. Corner to Leeds, but yeah, the tempo. Fair play at Sheffield United, they've certainly taken the game to Leeds, but he seemingly brought the best out of the Whites. Yeah,
just more open field to the game. We're certainly exploiting the space, getting behind.
Yeah, corner. Looking for Nketiah, it's just going to miss him. Edmondson. Nketiah tries to dive on the loose pass. It's going to be cleared away. Sheffield United will break through the middle. There's Berardi. Well, I thought he'd managed to get a touch of the ball. Perhaps because it's from behind, the referee's going to have to have a look, and he's going to bring Berardi back. I think we're going to have to get another card here, you'd feel. And it will. I wonder how many times Gaetano Berardi's done this in his career. Have a word with the ref. But as a team ethic, sort of needed to be brought down with the Sheffield United man, Andel Gibbons. He was on his way.
I'm just not sure whether he got to the ball first.
It certainly looked it was a close one.
And when Andel Gibbons then on the follow through is booted back of Berardi rather than the other way around, but wasn't meant to be. But looks like a change from Sheffield United.
Yeah, that should be Ballyhooen. Ballyhooen is the number 4. That certainly looked like him that was coming off. And number 14, Iliman Ndai, who looks to be an attacking change because he's not gone the same position that his number 4 teammate had done. So up top. So Leeds have got another player to try and deal with in the final third. Good header from Berardi. Then he goes back and picks up the pieces to recover. Alioski from Edmondson. Good couple of touches from the duo there. Now he's going to try and whip it round to Nketiah. He's asking an awful lot of himself. I'm not saying he can't do that, but he could have kept it, turned inside. Bit rushed, unfortunately, Ben.
No, but good energy though. Good link-up play with Ryan Henderson this time. Like I say, just the end product just wasn't there. But yeah, it's a real open field to the game, particularly in the second half. like I say, Sheffield United from the off, they committed more bodies forward, just give more space down the sides like we're seeing here.
Yeah, Alioski wins a throw-in. Needs a new ball. And it's gone trickling its way to the track around the outskirts of the Thorp Arch training pitch. McCarran will take. Ketia, his preferred option of the three. Berardi flies in. I'll say that's a pass to Bright Azana. Good covering defending from the Leeds number 2. Here's Casey. Gotts tries to play in Edmondson. It's not too far away. Bogus flies in. And now so does the number 5 Ashton Hall. Again, such a stretch game. It's from left to right. All the players being pulled back and forth. And Ketia is going to be adjudged to a better foul. And he might go into the book. The referee, in fact, just decides it is going to be a free kick. It's taken quickly. Here is Rhys York. Alioski staying with him. And then taking the ball from the second man coming into support. Well into this second half. If you are just sitting down and seeing the score, it Leeds 2, Sheffield United 1. You've missed an Ilham Meslier penalty save around the 44th minute. Edmondson scored in the 54th. Sheffield United scored less than a minute later, we believe through Kelly, before then Mateus Bogus scored an absolute belter from a free kick a minute or two after that. 3 goals, 4 minutes. It's since been the two teams cancelling each other out with plenty of an attacking endeavour. Berardi looking for Edmondson, which he finds him. McCarran down the line. Ketia to give chase. After praising the tempo, bit of a lull, back-to-back throw-ins. Lots of clearances downfield. Sheffield United then producing the same. Might help Leeds for a little while though, as we wait for the new ball. This ball into the middle. There is Hazana. McCarran again. He's fouled. He's not had the licence to roam as much today, Liam McCarran, but still got his head down and worked hard.
Yeah, he has. Been like I said, different type of performance from what we saw against Wigan from him, but he's been disciplined out on that left-hand side.
Into Casey, who again has looked pretty solid. There's McCalmont. He's been quiet for the last 5 or 10 minutes. Game just passing him by as it's got a bit more end-to-end. Leeds perhaps need to go through the middle, through the channels and start again. Meslier looks left. Wasn't the worst pass, but Sheffield United do get the throw-in. 73.5 gone. Leeds at the moment on their way to their 3rd win in a row, after a real barren run of no winning 6 or 7, so real swings, twists and turns. Climbing the table as we speak. Sheffield United go for the goal. Meslier keeps it out, good footwork. And again, always looking to try and play the pass quickly. Hazana to Alioski. Tries to ping the ball over the top for Nketiah. Calmont goes to try and fight back and win it, and he's wrestling with Ndai. McCarran gets the blocking, and he's on the attack like Edmondson. Don't forget, Leeds scored their first goal just by simple pressure from Eddie Nketiah and Ryan Edmondson. A simple tap in. Won't get many easier strikes this season. A reminder, Monday's game for the 23s has been postponed. That was against Wolves in the Premier League Cup, but the hosts are due to play another game on Tuesday, so that's been moved, which of course we'll have on LUTV in due course for you. Casey, McCalmont, back to Hezana again. Bit of a keep ball exercise for a little while, Ben.
Yeah, I don't mind that. Probably just taking the sting out of the game a little bit.
Back from Nketiah. Bogus, he saw the pass was on to Alioski and Leeds have intercepted again. Now a chance through midfield. Alpha McCalmont's running through on goal, and you might be able to see the shadow. The flag had gone up as he kisses the post with a lob. It's not a bad attempt to say it was half-hearted, knowing he was offside. That'd have been interesting to see what he did. Would he have passed to Alioski? Would I'm sure would have celebrated like a madman 2-on-1, or would he have gone for an audacious effort?
I'm putting myself in his shoes. I wouldn't have passed. I'd be taking the glory, but ever so tight call with that. Again, a great challenge from Alpha McCalmont to win the ball back. He fell nice to him. He's just ever so unlucky just to be called offside as Sheffield United make a double change.
Yeah, 16 and 12 coming on. Sam O'Brien, Zach Brunt. I think it might have been a double shot, change up top, to be honest, for Gaxa and Jay Keogh. Free kick taken. Good work from Alioski. Reads the flight of the touch and now gives Nketiah a chance. Edmondson is straight offside, so Nketiah has to keep it. He will do, and now he'll drive his way towards the box. Heavy touch, and he's frustrated, head in hands, just to stand a bit of a rust. It's been a bit of, I guess, nervous energy to get the ball down. That touch will come the more matches he plays.
But the signs are good, it's positive, and I think he's looked really sharp as Eddie Nketiah. Testament to himself to get himself back into the shape he is, to be sharp, trying to get involved in the matchday squads coming up in the first team level, and also to the physios, the conditioning staff as well. Like I say, we all know about the fitness levels of the players. It's absolutely staggering what they cover a game and how they do it, and the sharpness that the output of getting about the pitch. And like I say, he looks real sharp, does Eddie Nketiah.
Yeah, ball over the top, that'll be taken by Leeds. They'll get a goal kick. In no real rush, the Whites. Leslie looks to the wing. Well kept in by Casey. Down the line it goes. Edmondson. McCalmont drills it down the line. Casey heads clear. Bogus comes across. Good work again. Alioski. To Nketiah. Back to Berardi. Tackle from Bogus. That's a strong one to double whammy. Two Leeds players go to the floor. Gotts is unable to carry on, so the referee gives the free kick. He's taken it a metre or two further forward, so we stop again.
That's the thing, that's the frustrating part. You can see Robbie Gotts, the frustration with his body language, because in the first half there were two free kicks taken a good 10-15 yards away from where the foul committed. In that position, it's only a few yards, just let the game flow.
I thought it was just me, but see that Benazir glide as well. As here is Nketiah, good touch to take him away from the defender. Great back heel, shot comes in, takes a deflection. Robbie Gotts trying to go early. I think that was his only option as well. If he delayed the shot, they were covering him, they'd have blocked it off. Go early, try and test them, and the deflection helped them out. Over the top they come once more. A turn. Meslier has to be alert. He is. Just palms it into the floor as the next bounce comes. He's on top of it again, and that was the number 12, Zach Brunt, turning. Again, you do feel, though, Ben, a little bit nervous. Not as nervous as I was on Tuesday with 10 minutes to go against Reading, waiting for that glorious counter-attacking goal. But you do sense that Leeds need one more before this game is done.
Yeah, the next goal's going to be key. It's going to be a big, vital goal in this match. And Sheffield have the dangerous, one of the most dangerous times they've tried to counter-attack us from when we've attacked ourselves. So you just got to have that communication from the defenders, the kind of holding midfield players within the team, just so you can snuff out those little worrying moments. Don't like leave yourself too open. Yeah, try and get that third, but keep that back door shut.
Calmont to Gotts. The pass is just going to get there. That was threaded through looking for Nketiah, who was never going to get to that. Too powerful. Strong tackle from Casey. Slightly late, slightly from behind. No complaints there from anybody in a white shirt. They take the free kick. Tell me he's not moving this free kick to where it was. He can take it behind the site of where it was. He's allowed to do that.
This has been consistent, though.
He is making them take it from exactly where it was, even though it was 10 metres behind. As we'll say, though, Ben is right. It is consistent in the second half. Crossfield pass from the Blades. It's been quite an awful sight for the young wing-back to see Alioski and Edmondson running at you. Then Nketiah joins in. They've done quite well, though. Alioski is late. The referee's got the whistle to his mouth. He is going to give the free kick. And just get a sense that Leeds are trying to slow this down a little bit, of course, on the defensive side of things. A couple of late tackles, making sure they upend their man. Because what Sheffield United are doing, quite obviously, is quick 1-2s, give and go. And Leeds are just trying to stop any momentum they can build.
They are, so when you're doing that, you just got to stay, let's say, switched on, especially when you get into the last 10 minutes. You don't want to concede from the set piece. So frustrating as a defender when that happens.
Ball in. Here is the set piece to come. It's going to be to the far post. It's going to be Stephen Mallon back inside. Here is Gotts. Oh, it's a terrific sight to see Robbie Gotts in full flight, bursting forward, and off he goes on his back to try and help Nketiah. He's got two options in Nketiah. He might even go for goal. He is going to try and do it all on his own. And that's going to be a free kick, I think, to the Blades. They're going to play on. But any good striker is going to try and run to the box and keep going as the advantage is played. Just the thing, Nketiah, the more Nketiah brought it forward, the more they forced him wide. It's just good defending to push him. And again, in a couple of days, if you know, as he gets more sharpness back, he might have been able to go around the outside of them, but pass would have been perhaps the better option. Here is McCarran. Alioski again trying to offer a helping hand, which he will receive possession. Leeds get the throw in. Edmondson just playing a little bit deeper, as you can see, just in the middle of the park. Deeper than Robbie Gotts. Here he's going to time a late run. Maybe it's a tactical decision. McCalmont to Burgess, the scorer of that fabulous free kick. It's to Edmondson. Takes it back on his instep, tries to keep the play going, tries to hold it up, and he's done just that. Zara out towards Casey. Good bit of pressure this from Leeds, holding the ball, giving the ball away there over the top, offside against Bogus anyway. But that's, I guess, one sign of Edmondson's game that I certainly noticed there. A better touch, a lot more controlled in possession. We often don't see that, because last year he was normally in the box, putting them in the back of the net, playing alongside Kunsu's short, simple passes, but we don't often see him drop a little bit deeper than normal.
No, he's been asked just to fill that role, drop on there holding midfield player, so it's not an easy build-up, an easy get-out pass.
Yeah, it's just something to add to his game, as Nketiah is dropping deep as well. There is Gotts. Down the line from Bogus to Nketiah, who's going to have to be quick here. Gets a slight nudge and gets the throw in. Taking the time, Gotts from Bogus's throw, takes it past his man, and that'll be a card. Fantastic play again.
It's a blatant yellow card, is that? And in the last 5 minutes, so just seen Robbie Gotts move into a more central kind of role. Start the second half, he drifted out to like a right back, right wing back type position. But last
Ashton
5 minutes
Hall with the card. Yeah, sorry, Ben.
Yeah, last 5 minutes we've seen him go inside. He tried to join in the attack and just utilise his energy. Full of runnings, Robbie Gotts.
Alioski is ready. To take this set piece. He'll have to hit this hard if he's going to beat Mateusz Bogus. He's going to cross it for a teammate. Nketiah is going to try and get underneath it. Header towards goal. Keeper in slow motion almost dives across. And it's going to be fired forward. Good interception from Gotts. Again, though, Nketiah in the right areas as always.
Makes a living from that. Always right place, right time.
Ball over the top from Berardi. Trying to release Liam McCarron. Good interception at the last second from the Blades, and McCarron will go and try and fight back, and Berardi helps him out. Then McCarron dives in and Nketiah puts his body in the way. It's good hold-up play again. Casey now to Bogus. Leeds just going across the back four, trying to take their time. Big performance from Mateusz Bogus today, Ben.
Yeah, and mentioned Robbie Gotts moving in more central. You see Mateusz Bogus has come out to this right hand side almost like as a right wing back, so just shows his game, his maturity to play a number of different positions as well. But he'll go back to that free kick. It's a strike that settles any game and worthy of settling any game. Yeah,
it'd be nice if that is the winner. If it does have to stay 2-1, we'll look for the third, but yeah, certainly the highlight reel goal. 2 in a week for us, with McCalmont's pass to Stevens grabbing all the attention. Sorry, Ryan Edmondson, that goal glossed over yours, but it was still a good effort. So
he won't mind one bit, Ryan Edmondson. He'll take, it don't matter if it's a 30-yard strike or defensive mistake, you can just tap it in. A goal's a goal in strikers' books.
Yeah, 3-3 now for him. Another fabulous campaign, and of course still very young. Trying to learn his trade. As it comes out to the right here is Casey. Edmondson trying to peel in behind. Set number 7, Reece York, has been one of Sheffield United's better players today. Nketiah now trying to get on the end of this little touch from Berardi, who's one of Leeds', in fact he is the Leeds' most advanced player down the line. He's now stopped and gone back. Magnificent footwork from Nketiah. This would be some goal if McCarron could cut it back. He just can't get the touch. He does eventually, and it's cleared away. Free kick, referee's seen something. Little nudge. Yeah, and Eddie Nketiah starting to have fun out there, Ben.
Yeah, pure filth that. You need to stop doing that to those young players. Could ruin careers before they've even started.
Yeah, he's just been making his way around the park. A bit more intensity, fitness-wise, than perhaps a regular training game. Of course, under the current regime at Leeds, I don't think training's ever easy, such as the high fitness levels that the first team possess. Here is Hosanna trying to get out of trouble. Does just about enough to Gotts. Back to Hosanna. And while it didn't look to be too comfortable, Leeds have certainly got out of trouble there. Ball back. Less than 20 seconds of normal time to go. Alpha McCalmont. Leeds just trying to see this one home. What would be a fabulous end to November for them. Sets up a couple of games in December before they break for Christmas, and then all action again in January as Leeds burst forward. McCarran, he's got Alioski alongside him. He is going to try and play it to Edmondson though. Really cheeky idea, and it almost came off. And again, Edmondson just forces them back. Annoyed at Alioski for not putting the pressure on, and good to see that. You might even get, I guess in some cases, a young player talking to a first teamer, trying to tell him to put more pressure on in a 23s game, but that's Edmondson pretty much summed up his desire to win every single game, no matter what level.
And towards then the match ticks
and in stoppage time.
Yeah, added time. But they're the demands that the players get put on. Don't matter if it's the first minute or the last, you still got to keep doing your job, keep doing your role for the team.
Yeah, forward from the Blades. Leeds now just have to get through stoppage time. A couple of minutes will be added. Down the right they come. Alioski trying to put the pressure on. Good interception. Just forces the Blades to restart once again. Ketia, little nudge and helps Leeds out, and now here is Mateus Bogus. This could end the game. It's a 3-on-3. Bogus running. Edmondson keeps stopping, checking his run. Bogus wants to love that runner from his left. He's going to have to go to the right for Robbie Gotts. Into the box Gotts comes. Momentum stopping. Bogus is Edmondson, and he will see his shots blocked at point blank range. Ketia can't get there, and Leeds did push several players forward, so it's now a case of attack to defence. Over the top they come, have to deal with this Berardi, and there is the ever dependable Ilan Meslier to just calm things down. And as I say that, he then gets bored and throws it out to the left for the man that's in so much space. Ilan Meslier to Alioski. Alioski to Edmondson. Chance again here for a third for Leeds. Cut it back, and Ketia's there, flies in, and it's stopped in its tracks, and Ketia just a yard behind of where he perhaps could have been. I think he thought for a second Leeds weren't going to get to the byline.
He's done excellent, Alioski, though. From the throw from Meslier, burst forward, just a bit close to keeper.
Yeah, here isn't Ketia. Is he onside? He fires, hits the post. He wasn't anyway. Just a fraction off through the middle of the pitch, in between both centre-backs where all good strikers should be, picking them off. He just set off a tad too early. Fired forward, and that will be the end of the match. The referee blows his whistle at Thorp Arch, and Leeds United secure a 2-1 victory here in where they've beat a fabulous run of results now. 3 in 3. They've beat Barnsley, Wigan, and now Sheffield United. Ryan Edmondson scored. That came after a Meslier penalty save. Kelly responded. Mateus Bogus with an absolute belter into the top corner. A worthy match winner, and that calls time on our commentary for today. Myself, Tom Hill, big thanks again to my co-commentator Ben Parker, who will be back for the first team duties against Middlesbrough on Saturday.